operating groups. So this is 2021 paper, right? 45 marks, 35 minutes. So we are doing cost accounting. Produce manufactures. The information relates to the financial year ended 28 February 2021. The business produces one style of traveling bag. The owner is producer. So we are required to do what? Production cost statement. We know that under production cost statement, we have two direct costs, which is direct material cost and direct labor cost. So in this case, we want our direct labor cost. We know that we are going to say number of workers multiplied by rate times hours worked. This is for normal time. And we also have for overtime the same procedure, multiply by hours, then you add your fringe benefits, your medical aid, UIF. So in this situation, we don't have. Let's go to adjustment C. They're saying production wages. The information extracted from production wages recorded. The net wage paid to production workers. Production workers are those workers working within a production. So this is directly. And we have a net wage of what? 647,400. They gave us a total deduction of 22 of gross. So when you are preparing your production cost statement, our focus here, it is gross. We want gross salary, which is 100%. And we know that this amount here, they said it is net, meaning that net, as I explained, gross salary, it's 100. Deduction, they gave it to us, they said 22, meaning our net wage here, it is equivalent to 78. And we want gross, which is 100. So that's why I took this amount, multiply by 100, divide by 78. Let's see how much are we going to get there. So 647,400. Right, multiply by 100, divide by 78. We get an amount of 830,000. So this is our 830,000, which is our direct labor. So we know when we add the direct material cost with direct labor cost, we are going to get what? Prime cost or direct cost. So let's do this. So this is our direct cost of this amount, 24,000. All right. Then we go to factory overhead. As I was explaining, they can just give you what? They can give you it like this when they won't require you to prepare it from its node. So this is the information that we are going to use here, information D. All right. We have the opening balance of factory overhead cost, which is this one. We recorded it there. It is recorded for us. So this selling and distribution goes to averaged. We are not interested in this. So as you can see, these amounts there are recorded there in the averaged. This amount. So now they are saying it was discovered that you did not take the following into account, meaning these are not recorded. So what we need to do there is to record them. So the telephone account of 22,400 was posted in error to the factory overhead cost. This expense related to the office. So what you need to do here, they are telling us that it was posted in error. So if something was posted in error, we reverse it. So what you need to do, telephone account was posted where? To the factory. You should know that telephone, it's an expense that is recorded in the factory. So you are going to minus that 22,400 because it was not supposed to be there. So this was supposed to be recorded where? They said it was this expense related to the office. And we know office, we are talking about what? We are talking about administration cost, as I was explaining yesterday. So we're just going to say plus 22,400. All right, we're done with this transaction. We go to the next one. They are saying the entire amount of rent expense of 98,400 was posted to the factory overhead. This expense should have been split in the ratio of what? 7:2:1 between factory, sales, and administration department. But what we did there, it's a mistake. We recorded the entire amount to the factory. So we need to correct the error there that we did. So we were supposed to say the entire rent, the total, meaning this one, was posted to the factory. And they said 7, right, should go away to the factory. 2 should go away to sales. They mentioned 1 should go to admin. So you must add this and get the total and see how much is the total. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 it is 10. So now what you need to do there, let's check from our calculator. The 98,400 multiply by 7 divided by 10. It's a reverse that I should do. I made a mistake there automatically. So let me see if I say minus 98,400. All right, thank you. Interesting. So what we did there, I want to give you a secret, guys. So take that amount, error. This is error, right? Multiply by what? By correction, minus the error also. So what you are going to do there, so now we are dealing with factory. So let's follow the steps of the formula. This is, they are saying error. So error is this one here. The entire amount of rent was posted to the factory overhead. This should have been split. So we gave factory overhead the total. So it's an error. So we are going to say 98,400. All right. Multiply by what? They told us this expense should have been split in the ratio of 7:2:1 between factory, sales, and admin. As you can see, the first one to come is 7. The first one is factory. So we know that 7 is for factory, this is for what? But now our focus is on what? Factory. So we are going to multiply by what? Correction. We are doing the correct allocation. We say 7 divided by what? By the total. 7 plus 2 plus 1 is 10, right? And we say the formula says minus that error, 98,400. So this is the straight and easiest way to do it. So you close your bracket there, open it, minus that error of 98,400. We get the amount of 29,540. So we over allocated there. Right? So since we over allocated, we need to minus. We are going, as you can see, the answer that you got, the way it is, it's a minus 29,520. That's what you need to do. So we are done with the factory for now. So let's correct what? Let's correct the, let's give the office and what? Let's give the sale, because they said this one goes to sale, another one goes where? To the admin. So we know that the sale is 2. So we just gonna say 2 here, because what we want, right? What we want. Okay, let me start over. All right. So let me say 98,400 multiply by what? Multiply by 1/10. So now I'm dealing here. I'm on what? I'm on administration, because we said admin, we give it 1 as it is written there. So we're gonna add that here, because they said 1. a ratio of 1 must be given to what? To admin. So it will be 9840. So selling and distribution. Now, so let's see about selling and distribution. We give what? 5, right? All right. Get the other amount. Okay. So let's check here. The entire, this amount, guys, this amount consists of 3 departments: factory, sales, admin. But it was recorded in total to the factory, which we should know that we supposed to record only this. So that's why we did this using this method, and we got this amount here that we removed. So now, what we need to do now, we are going to say, so let's proceed. You are correct, Teofato. Why am I saying that? When you check here, this amount that of 29,520, you are going to reduce this, right? Because remember, we got everything from that total that was supposed to be apportioned to this 3 department, this 98,400. Then you minus what? You minus the ratio. So if you check, remember we have 10, right? And now we do have what? We do have this 29,520, right? This 29,520 is 7. If I still remember, it's 7. Yes. Plus what? This one is 1. So it gives us 8. So when we say 10 minus 8, we will be left with 2. This 2 is for what? Selling and distribution. So since we know, we can just take this amount of 29,520 minus 9840. We are going to get the one that must go to distribution there. So we are going to say minus 9840. We get 19. We say plus 19,680. All right. Then we're done with that transaction. Go to the last one. The insurance expense of 26,400 was divided equally between factory overhead, sales, and department in error. 60% of this expense related to the factory. The balance applies to sales department. So it means that we have factory and what in this, and sales. They are saying that factory overhead cost and the sales department in error. So they are saying 60 of this expense related to where? To the factory. We must give factory 60. Then we give sales the remaining, which is 40. All right. So this amount insurance was divided equally between the factory overhead cost and the sales department in error. So when they say divide equally, tell us, what do they mean? What do you understand?
That means 50% went to factory and then 50% went to the sales department.
What they did, they said 26,400 divided by 2, right?
2. Mm.
Then we get how much? 13,200. So meaning that we under allocated there by the factory, meaning that we should look for what? We should look for 10%, right? Because it means that when they said divide equal, it means we made a mistake by giving factory 50 and we gave what? We gave sales 50. Instead of giving factory 60, we give sales 40. So it means that we under allocated in the factory. So what are we going to get there, Telfat?
What are we going to get when we
do the workings there?
So I got for the, what is this, factory overhead cost 2,640. That is the amount that is missing.
2,640.
640.
Thank you. So what Telfato did, she said, because remember, they gave us half, which is 50, and they were supposed to give us 60 there. So Telfato said 26,400 multiply by what? 10. That's what we want. Divide by what we have, which is 50. We get 2,640, right? So since it was under allocated, we say 2640. Thank you. The same amount there, this one, because remember we over allocated there to the distributions, selling and distributions. We were supposed to give them how much? We were supposed to give them 40, but we gave them 50. So we are going to minus that 2,640. So what is the total that are we going to get there? Let's check our totals on the factory overhead. Someone calculate selling and distribution for me. Other one calculate administration cost. So
The
okay,
the factory overhead is 13,200 multiplied by 10 over 50, not 26,500.
what
So
are
the
you saying? What are you saying, ma'am?
calculation is not 26,400.
This
It's
one?
13,200. That's the 50%.
Yes. Now I must say 100. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you. So 10 divided by 100. I'll still get the same. You see where my workings are coming from. So I get what you did there. You got the half first. You said, since you know the half is 50%, you are looking for 10. You said times 10 divided by 50. So let's get the total for factory. Someone get for selling and distribution, someone for admin. So I'll say 5, 20, 280 minus 22, 400 minus 29, 520 plus 26, 40. We get an amount of 47, 1,000. 47, 1,000. So when we add this, we are going to add the prime cost with the factory overhead. We get cost of production of finished goods. So we say plus that amount of 23,000, 232,004. Oh, 2,324,000. 2,324,000. We get this amount here. 2,795,000. All right, someone get the totals here. What did you got for selling and distribution, guys?
242,000.
Thank you. 242,000. The other one for admin,
220. 220.
220,000. All right. Thank you. So we want cost of sales. All right. So let's check. This is very simple, guys. To get your cost of sales here, we have this information here of sales. They gave us sales and they recorded it for us there. So to get cost of sales, let's check. We have this information here. So this is the formula that you are going to use. You are going to take your finished goods of stock at the beginning. I want you to hear me very well. Open a bracket. You say 72,000 plus what? you are going to add this amount here of your cost of production of finished goods. You say 27,95,000 minus what? Minus your finished goods at the end, which is 96, like this. So how much are we getting there? So let me do the total expenses. So when I add these two, I'm gonna get the expenses. It must be in a bracket 462,000. So how much are we getting? 72,000 plus 27,95,000. How much are you getting? Minus 96,000. So what?
Yeah, I'm still putting it in the calculator. I'm getting negative 2,262,700.
You guys don't know how to use a calculator. Negative. You know?
Then
But you're quiet there.
Farose.
I'm asking for a answer. But you guys, you are seated there with the answer. After me writing that, you start to say, I get irritated, guys. This is our gross profit. So you should know they can even ask you to prepare gross profit. So when they want gross profit, just know this is averaged income statement. So you will take your sales, you open your bracket, you do your cost of sales, your finished goods at the beginning, plus your cost of production of finished goods minus the finished goods at the end. You get what? That total you minus with the sales, you get your gross profit. So now we want the total there. Sales minus this, no, gross profit minus expenses. We get what? Our net profit for the year. 462,000. You get this huge amount, 1,200,600. So we're done with abridged. We are going to the control of raw material. It is there. So now they are telling us control of raw material. I did this yesterday, so I'm not gonna repeat myself here. If you didn't understand, it's your fault. It's your loss. It's there in the videos that I uploaded long ago. They are saying control of raw material after completing the statement in question 2.1. The internal auditor of Prudi manufacturer suspects the raw material fabric is not being well controlled. So they want us to calculate the meters of missing from the store and the meters of fabric wasted, right? This is wastage that they want. So it is very simple. You know, when they are talking about missing, I gave you the formula. Obvious Palesa run a small company, right? Opening stock plus purchases plus carriage on purchases minus return minus sales. Simple. You use the units, right? So when you go to your information here, raw material, this is what you have. You have your opening, which is this one, balance on 1 March 2020. You have your closing. So according to that formula of missing, it's opening stock plus purchases, right? Minus what? Minus returns, minus sales, minus closing. Obvious Palisa runs small company. So your opening since it's this one balance at the beginning, right? 2,700. You're going to say 2,700 plus your purchases. Let's check. Do you have purchases? Yes, we do. They are saying that purchases of fabric during the year is 10,800. You say plus 10,800 minus the returns. Do we have any returns? Let's check in the information. Additional information. They are saying fabric purchased on fixed cost per taking the produced what. We do not have returns. We do not have returns. We do have what? Sales. Let's check. Do we have sales? Do we have any sales, guys? Minus 12,450 minus closing, which is 850. So when I punch a calculator there, I'll get how much? 2,700 plus 10,800.
Pizza, I just got confused by something huge to the factory,
Yes,
right?
you replace with that one. Ne?
Why?
Ma'am, for now, let's not talk too much. Go and do that in your exam. Ne? We'll discuss a lot.
Okay.
I explained what is raw material issued to factory yesterday. So we add 10,000 our purchase. We say returns. We don't have returns there. Minus raw material issued. So, ma'am, this is a formula. If we don't have sales there, you will have the raw material issued. So you just can say or raw material issued there. Do you get it?
Yes, yes.
Minus what? 850. We are going to get 200 meters. So we lost to 200 meters due to what? Theft. So they want us to give internal strategy. So the solutions, you can say physical count of stock, physical stock count. We have been doing this. Physical count of stock. All right. Or you can say division of duties also. All right. Now they want wastage. So yesterday I gave out a formula for wastage. I don't know if you were in the class when I was giving the formula. I really don't know if you were there. So now I'm not gonna write down the formula. I will just follow the formula. So yes. So this is what I'm going to do. So I know that wastage, I have to take raw material issued, right? I have the raw material issued, which is this amount that is given here of 12,450. I'll take that amount, 12,450. I will say minus units sold and produced. The units sold and produced, it is given here. They said were produced during what? So it is 7,800. I will say minus 7,800. All right. Then 7,800. Wait, let me confirm something before. 12,450 minus 7,800 times 1,5. I want to see something. Then you say times what? times, you will say times fabric meters. You see, we do have fabric meters. They are saying it takes 1.5 meters of fabric to make one travel bag. So you multiply by 1.5 there. So you can just do this aside to say fabric meters times units sold and produced, right? So when you punch this in a calculator, we saw that we are getting 750, right? 750 meters. That's what was wasted there. So they want internal controls. You can say, because who is doing this? These are workers. So you must train your workers. Train workers so that they cannot waste in the future. Or improve supervision. When you are there, you have experience. No, Max, do this, don't do this. So if I'm alone there, I will make a lot of mistakes. Improve supervision. So when they want you to calculate the cost of wastage, you will say raw material issued minus what? So I advise you, so that you cannot make any mistake, minus what? Minus your units sold and produced. Take your units sold and produced of 7,800. You'll multiply by the fabric meters. The answer that you get now, you just write it here. So you do the workings on top, you say this minus that total, you'll get your wasted. So if they want cost of wasted, right, since now you have this cost price here, right, and they asked about it, okay, thank you. They are saying calculate the total cost of fabric lost and wasted. So now they want for wasted. So what you do, there is 750 meters square wasted. So wasted, we are going to say 750 multiply by what? By cost price. We have the cost price there. It is given. How much is the cost price? The cost price is 120 per meter square. You multiply by 120. Then you say missing, right? Because they said for lost and wasted. Lost, it's missing, right? So you say how many missed there? 200. You say 200 meter square times the same cost, which is 120. So how much are we going to get for wasted? And how much are we going to get for missing? So times what? 120. We get 90,000. Yeah. For missing 200 times 120, we get 24,000. So when we add the two, we must get the total, because they want total, right? I did that separately so that you never know. They might want only the cost for wasted. So if they say the selling price for wasted, you multiply by the selling price. So now we're done with this part. So we go to the next one. They are saying explain how this loss should be shown in the statement. In the statement mentioned in 2.1. Let's go to 2.1 and see. 2.1. So 2.1, the statement that we have there, we have income statement. So this must be shown under expenses on the income statement. So under expenses in the income statement, you are done. Because this is what we call loss due to theft. These are expenses. So we go to the, they are saying that explain why Rosemary is pleased with the production level. So whenever you see production level, sales, and break evening, one of this, you should know that, hey, my accounting gurus, you should know that you have to talk about you have to talk about your break-evening point, your units sold and produced, and your BEP, break-evening point. So what you are going to do, because when they say pleased, they mean the person is happy. What makes the person happy? I think it's because of the units sold and produced, it's more than the break-evening point. So do we have any break-evening point there? So they are crazy. Let me see. Provide calculation. Oh, we must calculate first. I missed. We are supposed to respond on this part. So I will say under expenses, right? In the income statement. So this part here, we must calculate the break-even point, because I was asking myself, how can we comment on it before? All right. So we know the formula for break-even point is total fixed cost divided by contributions per unit. What gives us contributions per unit is selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit, right? So what gives us total fixed cost? It's factory overhead plus your administration cost. So it's possible that they might not give, they just give you factory and administration cost. So let's do the workings there. If you check, we are on 2.3, right? Yeah. So this is the information that we'll use. So if you check, let's check, do we have fixed cost? Yes, we do. This is the 1 year. So when you add this 2 year, factory overhead plus your admin, you will get your total fixed cost. So we do have it, 224,000. Divide by contributions per unit. How do we get contributions per unit, Prof? Selling price per unit. We have selling price per unit of 255, right? Minus what? Variable cost per unit. We do have variable cost per unit. Let's check it. This is the one here, 192. So what will be the difference there? The difference, I think it will be 63. This, confirm there for me, guys. 255 minus 192. We get 63. That is our contributions per unit. So we say 224,000 divide by 63. We get this amount of, so you need to round it off. You say 3,556 units. If you don't write units, we are not going to mark for you. So that's our break-even point. So let's see why Rosemary is happy. Let's see. Why is she happy? They are saying, explain why is she pleased with the production level. Production level, they are referring to units sold and produced, comparing with the BEP. So let's check. The units sold and produced is this one. And our break-even point is given. So they wanted us to prove it. Okay, they said provide a calculation to confirm. So they wanted proof. So we proved them. So if I told you when units sold and produced, it's more than your break-even point, you must be happy. You made a profit. So you are going to say units sold and produced is 4,900 units. Above the BEP, break-even point, of 3,556. So get me the difference there. I don't want to ask you twice. So you conclude by saying the company, I want the difference there soon. The company made a profit. So what is the difference, Tovat?
1,344.
Profit of 1,000?
344.
1,344. You say units. If you want to change this to amount, you take that 1,344 multiply by contributions per unit, that's 63. You will get the actual profit. You will write it if you want. So the next one, they are saying explain to Rosemary why fixed cost per unit decreased from 56 to 45. So remember, we were talking about economies of scale yesterday. And I said when fixed cost decreased, they said fixed cost per unit decreased. It means that the company is enjoying economies of scale there. So what you need to do there, you are going to talk about the production. What is the production there? The production, it means that you must check the units sold and produced. It has increased. When units sold and produced increased and the fixed cost per unit decreased, it means the company is enjoying what? Economies of scale. So they want us to give, so what you are going to say there, you are going to say units sold and produced. Sold and produced increased from 4,000 units to 4,900 units by 900 units. Then you say enjoying economies of scale. Economies of scale. Interesting. We move. The last one. They are saying Rosemary made deliberate decision regarding variable cost to improve the business. When they talk about variable cost, you don't have to panic, guys. Variable cost, these are the variable cost here, as I was telling you. And I told you an increase in material, direct material, it is bad for the business. Also, increase in labor is bad. You must give solutions for that. You must know, okay, for labor, I must make sure I pay according to the number of what units produced. So now they want us to do what? They said comment and positive effect with figures. So when you comment, you don't have to stress yourself. They make things easier for you. They gave you direct material. Let's check direct material. You can use amounts or units if you want. If you check, it has increased. This is bad. This is bad. So what you do, you are going to say increased from. So because they already gave us direct material cost increased, you say increased. They want comment, right? Increased from 8 to 100. What are you going to say? Positive effect, meaning solution. You must say improve quality of teddy bears because we are dealing with teddy bears if you check there, or stock. That's what you can say. So if, or uh, you can change the supplier there. Take advantage of cheaper supply or local supply. So take advantage of local supply. Because the local suppliers, you don't have to pay for a huge amount of transportation, direct labor. So what is happening there? It has decreased. It is good. This one. It is good. So it means that you are not paying too much. So you're going to say decreased from 72 to 56. So what did they do for this to happen? Meaning that they trained employees. So they paid according to the number of units produced, or they said, let's say they trained employees, workers, or they were paying according to the number of units produced. So selling and distribution. When selling and distribution increases, it is bad. But when it decreases, it is good. So you are going to say, when you check it increased, you say increased from how much? 24 to what? 36. So what is the solution that you can give? More advertise. So uh, improve advertise efficiency, improve advertising strategy, or take advantage of digital marketing. So this is the end of the session of this one. So we are going to budgeting now. So let me try to save this and see if it won't have trouble with me, because this.
Sub,
Okay.